Good morning. Welcome to America's Home Cooking. What I'm going to be doing is making potato chips. I promised I would show you. We're going to have leftovers tomorrow, like the sandwiches we had yesterday for tomorrow. So I'm making the potato chips ahead of time. You're going to need a big bowl, and you're going to fill it with cold water. And the reason we're doing this is we're going to put the chips in here. And why are we putting the chips in the cold water? Because they're going to sit in that cold water and draw a lot of the starch out of it. So when we fry the potato chips, they're going to be nice and crispy. You will need a mandolin unless you're really good at cutting thin. A mandolin is one of the most dangerous pieces of equipment in my book because you can cut your whole hand and your palm and everything. It's a very, very sharp blade. So let me put the water here. I'll show you. This is a mandolin. You fold it up and you put it like this, and there is a piece of plastic here that you slide over when you're done and you clean it. You slide it over the blade here to keep the blade from cutting you. Well, actually not from cutting you, but from damaging it when you put it away. Now this knob is where you're going to turn it to bring it up as close as you can to where you have like a hair. Yeah. You turn the knob and it'll bring it up to just to a hair. Now I've already scrubbed my potatoes. Now you can peel your potatoes. I mean, there's no problem with peeling the potatoes, okay? Now they say put your hand like this. There's gloves that you can wear with it, but I am just going to just check now and see if I have it thin enough. Let's see. No, that's a little too thin. Okay, let me drop it down now. Let's see what we have. Oh, this potato's got a bad spot on it. Hold on a minute. You don't need a lot of potatoes. Let me see, I'm trying to get it to the length I want. Got it. This is how thin you want them to be. You're going to drop them into the cold water. And I'm going to finish doing this. Believe you me, I'm not going all the way down on this. See, I got a whole bunch of them. So you can see mandolin is very important. But don't get crazy doing this. As you get closer, I just go at a nice pace. And as I get closer, I start slowing down. Two potatoes give you a lot of chips, believe it or not. I'm doing 3 because I know we're going to snack on them. Now what's nice is you can use garlic salt or onion salt or just regular salt to flavor them. Now if I can learn to make corn tortillas, you can make Doritos. Yeah, you can go there. You see how I'm holding this and it's getting closer to my hand? I want to be careful I don't cut myself. I don't want to go any closer, so I'll take this little bit of potato and throw it out. Now, if you want to go closer, I mean, just be extremely careful. As soon as you put them into the water, the cold water, you can see the starch coming out of them. Very good. These little ones I'll just throw in the compost. Now, because they're soaking in cold water, and when we dry them, that will cause them to curl. You'll see it when you do it, and then it'll be just like potato chips you buy in the bag, except you don't have any preservatives. Yours is actually potatoes. Now, you can peel your potatoes, but I'm saying no, I'd rather scrub mine and leave the skin on, because there's a lot of nutrients in the skin. So never get so comfortable with one of these mandolins or you could end up losing your fingers, if not your palm. See, mine's close enough, I don't want to hurt myself. I think 2 potatoes is more than enough. I'm not going to do 3 today. Okay, when you put this down, just put this aside to clean later. Now, by the time the heat gets hot enough, you're going to need at least 3 inches of oil in a pan, saucepan. You are going to need a thermometer, because this has to heat up to 375. We are using a very hot oil. Okay, now you're going to have to get 2 towels. Now, while we're heating the oil up, look at how the starch is already coming out. See that? Look. That's all the starch coming out of the potatoes. You see how thin they are? They're all thin. Really, really thin. Now you're going to need a rack with paper towels underneath. And that is to keep you from putting them on paper towels and they get soggy. This way they're going to be aired while the grease drips off. So let me get some paper towels here. Now, I don't know what you want to season yours with. I'm just going to use regular salt on mine. I am sorry, I'm really going to have to move you around because I really need the area here for this. Okay? You're going to need a slotted spoon or something that you can strain them before you move them over to the paper towel. I'm going to use this. Two towels. Leave one folded in half. Believe when I say you really are going to need this, okay? We're not playing around here, trying to make extra work for you, but you do have to have this towel. This is going to be the other towel you're going to be using. You'll see me use it in a bit. Okay, well, it's not going anywhere. We have to wait for the oil. Get your salt or garlic salt or onion salt, whichever one you're going to use. You're going to need this too, salt. I have to set this where I can see this very, very well. Yeah, I can see it. So, the mandolin, you set it to where you're underneath the counters. You're wondering if my head is chopped off. Okay, so what you're going to do with the mandolin, you set it to how thin you want them, as thin as you can get them, and you soak them in cold water. You do not have to peel your potatoes, but if you wish to, you can. Now, you're going to need a rack, like I said, with paper towels underneath it. As we cook these, we're going to sit there and drain them real quick, put salt on them, and then throw them in a bowl. And that's the bowl I'm going to be throwing them into. All right, I'm going to turn you down. I know I look funny with it like that, right? You're going to take your potatoes and you're going to lay them out on the towel that we just laid double layered individually. Lay them out. You'll be doing this for each batch, basically, because you have to pat them dry and they have to drain. So that's what we're going to do. Just trying to get some potatoes. Let me turn you down more so you can see. This is how they make them, except when you make them, they're not going to have any preservatives in them. And you can season them any way you want. I just think women used to do this all the time. You take this extra towel and you're going to dry them. Now they're going to cook in about 3 minutes, so you have to be ready for that. This is why I'm setting everything up, because they're going to move quickly. You're going to use this for each batch you do. You just keep on going. But right now we have to wait for the oil, and there's nothing else I can do. And as the potatoes sit in the cold water, you will see more and more starch coming out of them. And the reason you drain them is you want to get all the grease off of them and then put salt on them, and then you have your nice potato chips. But I don't think anybody can slice that thin. That's why the mandolin. But I always warn people, always be careful of the mandolin. No, let's see. My bread hasn't risen yet. We're still waiting for it to go. See if I can move you over. Or turn you a little more. You might not be able to see them fry in the oil. That's why I'm trying to get you over here. This is not going to work. You'll see them come out and on the rack, but that's about as far as I can go. Because I usually set you right here, but this is where I have to work. So when it hits 375, I will be back and I'll show you how they go in and then how they look. When you're done cutting, take this out because these are your sharp blades so they don't get damaged. Your instructions will show you actually how to do it. Another thing is you don't want any more water on these potato chips because the water will cause that to splatter the hot oil, because we have to get up to 375, so there's water on them. That's why we have to dry them before we put them in. Okay, we're at 375. You take one at a time and just put them in. And remember, they're going to fry up very fast. Put down in there. I'm just watching as they come out. I'm sorry you're not going to be able to see as much as I want you to see, but I'll tilt you down. You won't see them frying, but you'll see them when they come out. Just remember they fry very, very fast. See, here they are. You just want them to drain. Ah. Hold on, I got a couple more in here. So you have to get it hot. You start laying them out again. You move quickly. This is not something you can take your time with. Where is the salt? There it is. You take your salt, coat them with a little bit of salt, take them, dump them in, and you just keep on going like that. You can see you don't have time for much of anything. Let me get some more in this oil. It's getting hot. Whoops, one had water on them. Hear that? That's why you don't. Okay, that's good enough. See why you have to sit there and do everything fast? That's why your potatoes are dry. You don't want any problems with them. Let me move these at the drums. You notice as they dry, they start to curl. As you're waiting to get them into the fryer, they do that. And you just keep on doing this, patting them dry and rotating them. It's not hard, but it is tedious because you have to hustle. Now, I'm going to put this here and use this. Dang, I barely get time. See, businesses actually keep your oil at 375 is very important. You can see that men built businesses on what their wives were doing in the kitchen to make their lives easier. But in the process, they made sure they made a lot of money on it. And now women have lost all these skills, and they depend upon the businesses to make sure that they can feed their family. And think about it. How much could you make if businesses went out? You know, it's not easy learning. I spent a lot of time in the kitchen. Well, I'm going to turn you off. Well, I'm going to pause you actually. And I'm going to continue running around doing this. And now you know how to do chips. And I'll be back when I'm done. Okay, I'm going to show you how much starch we pulled out of the potatoes. Look at that water. That's the starch we pulled out. Now I'll show you the chips. Now remember, this is only 2 potatoes. I have a big bowl of chips here. Now, how much does 2 potatoes cost to make chips? That's a question. Do you want to know how they sound? Delicious. And that's for tomorrow. I have so much cooking I had to do today. Finishing up the wash. I had to do this ahead of time. But anyway, listen, I want you to have a great day today, okay? Take care. Bye-bye.